Ho, 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 everybody. Ho, ho, ho. Here we all are for our Christmas special. And Drew looks absolutely delighted to be here tonight.
It was just the ho, ho, ho. After 30 seconds of the creepiest music since Gong.
Well, although I have to admit that the creepy music's effect was slightly spoiled by Jonathan clearing his throat halfway through it.
No,
True.
That wasn't me. That wasn't
I was
me.
getting the tappy on the keyboard.
That was nice.
Yeah, I think your mic was still live, John.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me that coughed.
All right.
Interesting.
There we go. We'll find out who.
It was the cat.
The worst whodunit ever. Who
I was
coughed?
going to say this is one for Daniel Craig and his latest film, isn't it?
I don't think it's a mystery for Poirot.
It's a
No.
lozenges out mystery.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, before we start tonight, Drew, how are you doing this evening? Because like myself, you've had flying lessons this week, haven't you?
Yes. I actually think I've got away very, very, very lightly. I got a bit of a...
Oh,
It feels like gravel rash, really, and the same on my knee, and I twisted my ankle and my shoulders.
tell
a little
everybody
bit
what
bendy.
happened. How did
Sorry?
you do it?
I was just walking into Lidl yesterday, and there's kind of like a piece of sort of granite between the entrance and the carpet inside.
Yeah.
And it was just obviously slick with water and mud and stuff. And I just literally, one of my feet just went straight away from me. And it wasn't one of those falls where your world slows down. I was walking and then I was on the ground. There was no, it was literally a half second from upright to on the floor sort of thing. And it was exceedingly painful at the time. And a lovely 80-year-old gentleman picked me up and said, "You youngsters shouldn't be falling over like that." And thanks for that. But no, it was one of those that at least there was a reason for it. Do you know what I mean? I didn't just lose my balance or anything. That was, there was a reason why it happened, and so I went to see somebody and said, "Look, you need to make sure that's, that you pay attention to that and make sure that's, that's kept clean and as dry as you can, because I was lucky. I could have come off a lot worse."
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm a little bit sore today, pretty sore, but not. I got away pretty lightly ultimately.
Did you go into shock afterwards?
A little bit, yeah. It was kind of like you a bit shaky, sort of that really weird feeling at the back of your throat where you think you're on the cusp of tears because it's such a shock.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff, and then
breaking out into a sweat.
Kim were in the shop at the time as well. I sort of saw them almost immediately.
Yeah, breaking out into a sweat, but also being incredibly cold at the same time.
Oh, it was. It was not pleasant. But like I said, I mean, so many people have been saying, "Oh, you should sue and you should do it." And I'm like, no, this is the civilized world. You go and speak to the management and say, just make sure it doesn't happen to anybody else. Yeah. And they apologise, and you go about your day. Yeah. Because guess what? That means everybody's premiums doesn't go up next year.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It would be a different story if you were here. You would have a lawyer already on retainer, and
the lawyer would have tackled you after you fell down.
Right, and someone would have filmed it.
Yeah. Can I help you? Are you a doctor? No, I'm a lawyer.
Over here, they film it on the basis they can send it into ITV and get 250 quid.
true.
It was an accident.
Yeah.
They happen. It's no point.
Mine on Monday was I'd been Christmas shopping with my good friend Faye. We stopped for chips, and I was walking back to the car through the car park, and there was a car parked in front of me that threw into shadow a little thing on the ground, which is where the gate swings round and locks into. And I couldn't see it. And the next thing I know is I am doing that kind of slow motion thing of knowing that I'm going to fall, but not being able to stop myself. So that was the sole damage on. Oh, let's try and get my knuckle there. There we go. A little scrape on my knuckle. Again, it could have been hard work. It could have been hard. Could have been much worse, rather. The chips were perfectly safe. So that was the main thing. So
there was no slow motion for me. I was upright. I blinked. I was on the floor. There was just
glad you're okay, man.
Oh, yeah. So am I, Mike. Thanks. It was a deeply unpleasant couple of seconds.
No. Right. Shall we? Who wants to do project updates first of all? Then who wants to go first? Christopher.
I'll go first. Sure.
I'll go first, yeah, because I've got yours. Here we go, Chris. So you are building the Airfix Devastator at the moment for your club group build, aren't you?
That's correct. There's where she stands right now. Fuselage all together, and the interior's in the interior, which is where it belongs. And I've done some stuff to the engine. I took the engine out of the Valum kit and fixed it up a little bit. Put some ignition harness detail on it and stuff like that. The interior, the exterior is interesting. I sanded most of the rivets off, but I may go back and try to use some kind of oil techniques to highlight the weird oil canning effect on the real airplane, because the real plane was like, just like thin sheet metal stuck to some formers and stringers. It's very interesting. And you can see the engine there. I had to modify it a little bit because I took the kit propeller and I threw it far away and got another one from a Hasegawa Dauntless, which is there. You see that there. And that's painted up with the early war red, yellow, blue striping. And then the wheels are from the Valum kit. The torpedoes, I think the torpedoes mostly from the Valum kit, although I made my own plywood box fins for the thing, the discardable fins. I designed to keep the torpedo from damaging itself entering the water. Didn't work that great. And the tail hook, which I painted quote unquote with a pen. Why try to mask it off and spray it or paint carefully with a brush when you can just take a pen and precisely put on the black stripes, especially in 72nd scale. So all those little parts are there. Right now I'm working on the wheelbase and getting the landing gear themselves ready to go, but it's making progress. And the other thing that was interesting this week is carving away the attachment points that Airfix so considerately placed on the corrugations on the wings. God bless you, Airfix. I have a backup kit, so I wasn't too worried about wrecking any of them. But it just takes very, very tiny strokes with a very, very sharp X-Acto, and you can kind of resculpt those.
And this is why in this day and age, those attachment points would be on the mating faces.
Yeah.
And people go, why do they put that on the mating face? It means I've got to trim it all away. It's like, this is exactly why they do it.
Yeah. Well, this is a subject where I can see in the future somebody doing a 3D printed wing in the kit, because eliminate those seams and have your corrugations already taken care of for the modeler. I think I can handle it pretty easily with liquid glue and care, but I'm also more experienced than most people, so it's more hassle.
I think a 3D printed wing, a 3D printed folded wing, that would be perfect, wouldn't it?
That'd be nice. Yeah. And you've got another project lined up, haven't you? I do. After this, and I'll need a bit of a palette cleanser. So this thing here is the JB1 bat, the Northrop JB1 bat. Northrop, its big kick for flying wings. This is almost a flying wing, but not quite. I have a Muroc Models kit of this. It's very, very nice. It includes the canopies and everything else. This was the American response to the V1. And it wasn't going to look like this. It was just going to be the shape without that cockpit and the fairing for the pilot. But this was a glider test bed to test the ideas out. So they would drag this thing up in the air and let it go, and some lucky soul would try to fly it to a safe landing. But the landing gear in this was basically it was very much like an old AMT car kit. It was like a fixed axle with a wheel on it, no springs, nothing. You just set it down on the ground it was like something Ian made from the 1970s. The kit was the landing gear was not designed for comfort, but yeah, pretty cool. All yellow. I think you may have.
It doesn't sound like the landing gear is designed for landing. Quite honestly.
It's designed to, yeah, it's almost designed more to move it around on the ground than it is to actually land it from the air. But anyway, super cool. Our club is having a contest. Silicon Valley Scale Modelers is having a contest called "We Don't Want" or "Nobody Wants You," and it's like discarded projects, real life projects, not discarded model projects. We have lots of those, but discarded real life projects. It'd be like everything from this to the I don't know the TSR7 or TSR2 or the XF8U3 or that kind of thing. So that's going to be my entry because it'll be pretty straightforward. But it's also it's a nice palette cleanser between this and finishing up the B26, which is going to require some fancy vacuum form transparency work. So not fun, not particularly fun. That'll have a good result, but it's going to be fun. This will be just plain fun.
I'm just going to give a shout out to everybody who's tuned in tonight, or most of the people who've tuned in tonight. So we're going to say hello to Andy King, Nick Brown, Lee Suter, Simon James Colley, scrolls down, Russell Taylor, Theron Hampton, Jeff Baker. Thanks, Jeff, by the way. Jeff gave me a heads up that Hannants had the Caracal F-16 prototype sheet back in
stock, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah. And so thanks, Jeff. That's been ordered. So that's a project for next year. I did mention it to Tim Maunder, if Tim's watching at the moment. Tim's response was should have bought the Nils Mathethrud sheet and whatever. I would have, Tim, but it's not available. It's just like
but Tim probably has 12 of them.
If he did,
all signed by Nils.
Binkter, that's it, Binkter. Anyway, Hobby Time. Hello, Hobby Time. Anne-Marie Ryle Gould, Dave Swindle, Captain Magenta, Travis Thompson, Stephen Kessel. Has he been out for a run today? Sorry, Stephen. That's a terrible joke. The Mysterious Keith, Peter Oxley Modelling, scrolls down. Paul Voyle, Steve Moores, Vince Murphy, Jerry Doyle, who's using his proper name tonight, Michael Hooverling, scrolls down, Black Skunk Works, or Black Skunk Works even, Mike Williams, John Huston, your brother Rory, Ian Goldstraw, Linda Junkin, Shane Weir, good day Shane, Bruce Bell, bye Mike, see ya. Royce, yeah, he's had enough. Tim is with us. Thank you for the heads up, Tim. Unfortunately, the sheet is unavailable, but right, we're gonna scroll down to some of the comments, and that was Andy King. Here we go. Andy King says, thanks to influencer Ian, I have an ICM 135th scale London taxi on the way.
Good. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed mine.
Yep. And
Mike's got a terrible shirt on.
Well,
terrible jumper.
Because 111 Hunkel asked why JM was the only one in a festive jumper, so I went and got.
No, Chris has got his festive tie on.
Yep.
Ian's got his festive.
Ian hasn't. Ian's got a T-shirt that says "I'm surrounded by idiots."
So what we're getting at is I've let the side
Well,
down.
you kind of are.
Drew's got his festive kind of like cream blob on his T-shirt from where he's obviously dropped something from eating. So, oh no, sorry, that's on my screen. I do apologize. Is it a logo or is it a blob of
If that's
a logo
Lacoste,
from the manufacturer of the shirt.
Yeah.
if that's a Lacoste shirt, Drew, the 90s want it back.
No, Ian, it's a bad Rhino shirt for fat people.
I'll let you off then, because I've got some of them.
And I do, by the way, I do want to apologize for the giant mess behind me. Today is after the show, and prior to the show is the great Christmas wrapping extravaganza.
Oh dear, hang on.
Drew's pressed the wrong button. Oh, goodness.
There's been some camera shenanigans this week because I had some back pay and I bought a new camera.
Oh,
And the vertical camera, I explained this to Chris. The camera that was up there, the 4K VXF1, is now my webcam camera, and my vertical camera is now the new VXF3.
oh, camera
the-
envy here tonight.
That's the vertical camera now there.
Ooh.
Well, that's good
And
quality.
the old vertical camera is now my webcam. But there's something going on with the settings where if it's left alone for 15 or 20 minutes, it shuts itself off, which it never did before. So I think I just need to go into the settings and fiddle, what we say. So.
Mike, do you want to talk about your purchases this week?
I didn't really buy much this week.
No, you didn't buy much this week. Goodness me, let's shame Mike.
No, you just showed a pile of models, Mike.
Those are my 2026 projects.
Right.
I
here
will
we go.
say 4 of them are brand new. So there they are. The top 4 are all brand new. The 2-seat A7 is the one I'm actually currently working on, but I don't have enough done on it at the moment to even bother showing. It's going to end up being a really beat up Greek 2-seat jet. The F4 below and the Jaguar I'll be using all of my face hanger stuff on the Jag. And I absolutely love that kit. And the F4 is for a group build that starts in about a week. So yeah, I mean the Osprey I found, boy oh boy, I didn't realize how expensive it was, but
Yeah, it's over $100, isn't it?
it was 150 US dollars.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, I think what happened is my son and we just went to the Miramar Air Show in September. We flew over to San Diego, went to the show, had kind of a guy's weekend. He absolutely loves the CH-53, and I dig the Osprey. And then
he's a man of taste and discretion.
well, here's the thing: finding a CH-53, because I did not have one, was a bit of a challenge. But suddenly, I ended up with 3 of them, and these things on eBay are going for over $300.
The rumor is that the CH-53 parts of that tooling got damaged.
It could have been. I don't know.
They've re-released the MH-53
Yes.
on a few occasions, but they've never re-released the CH-53. I sold mine a couple of years ago, and promptly wished I hadn't. But that's another story. But it's one of Academy's good ones, isn't it?
I think it's an absolutely stunningly beautiful kit. That said, a little bit of aftermarket sucker on my part. Of course, I'm getting the res kit stuff. I've got some of it, but the cool thing about the 3 that I ended up with, one gentleman saw that I was after one, and he's like, "You do a lot for the modeling community. I'm going to send it to you." I'm like, "Okay, how much?" He sent it to me. Another one, a friend of mine sold me for like $100, and another one I got for 50 from a guy that reached out and said, "Hey, there's one at a hobby shop up here in Denver." And I'm like, "How much?" And he's like, "It's like $50. I'm like, "Can you grab it?" So I ended up with 3. I did end up giving one to a very good friend of mine who does some of my masters, named Gabe Pincelli. He's an old retired Navy Legacy Hornet A4 and T45 driver. So he was out here in November. I gave him one. So I have 2, but I love it. I guess the fun thing is that I'm looking at here is 3 of those airplanes, or one helicopter, one rotocopter, whatever you want to call the Osprey, and the F-35 were all at Miramar. So you can see how easily influenced someone like me is.
I just think that there's not a member of the 53 family that isn't completely glorious.
They're gorgeous.
It's
They're
a helicopter
absolutely
from
amazing.
day one has been just a beautiful machine.
And I think a couple years ago, Drew, you might remember the pictures I shared of 6 brand new ones that were headed from North Carolina.
Yeah, the K's, wasn't it? The CH-53.
They were like still kind of secret. They let us out onto the flight line up here at my local airport, and I took a ton of pictures, and they're just such a cool helicopter. I think the coolest helicopter ever made, along with the Sea King.
Yeah, there's a lot of video on YouTube that have been popping up recently of German army ones.
Yeah,
flying them like they stole them.
and honestly, the F-35. I saw my very first, that C model. I saw the very first one in person at Miramar, and my goodness gracious, that is the queen of the F-35 series. It is just a cool.
I think everybody here, Mike, is in furious agreement.
I am. I was just going to say, it is my favorite variant, and yeah.
It's just when you look at it, and it's parked next to an A or a B, and they had all 3 versions there. Just seeing the size difference, the wing, the beefed up landing gear, it actually really looks cool in that Charlie configuration.
Yep.
And the A-10, I've wanted to do a really good high quality A-10A in Euro 1 scheme forever. Chances are the only thing that will get is a seat that we are working on, and I'll probably put the 3D printed cockpit in it, and the rest will just be out of the box, because it's that model is head and shoulders above everything Great Wall has done, in my opinion.
You were Rory,
or very early. I want to start off doing some of the Mass 10A and Jaws ones, but need a seat. So
right. Viewer Rory asks, Mike, how can you plan that far ahead as to what you want to build? My build choice I dictated, but grubbing around in the stash. I don't quite understand that, Rory, but I have some very good photos of CH-53s being painted in the Gulf War, and I have paint samples.
Oh, that's really cool, Rory. No, for me, I kind of I've used Spencer a bit as the way he plans ahead. That said, I will say probably maybe 3 of those will be done next year, and I will have a couple of other palette cleansers like Chris is doing with that little miniature ME-163 to me, and it will be adjusted as I go. But these were the ones I planned. So I'm buying all the stuff for everything, so I have it just in case. Well, number one, I can also guarantee one of them's going to fail and end up in the garbage, because I'm good for 1 a year on some expensive kits. And it's always my own fault. I never blame the kit. It's always my fault. But no, I know it's a very ambitious thing, because last year I finished 4 kits. I'm sorry, 5 kits, 4 of which were Tamiya, and 1 of which was a Bandai Godzilla. So I'm setting my sights quite high for 2026.
Got a question here for you, Mike, from Travis Thompson. He says, is Gabe going to build a 53 before Nemo does? I don't. I'm sure that's some kind of code you understand, but I don't.
No, that's a call sign. No, I doubt it. Gabe's going to build another 14 A4s before he gets around to the 53. And the F4 is Craig Sargent started this group build for the first of the year. It's 6 months, so I'm excited about that. That's going to be in the Japanese blue, blue and blue scheme, the maritime one.
God, I've got so many phantoms here. I should probably join that, shouldn't I?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I tend to find if I'm going to guarantee failing at any model, it's generally a group build.
Oh, I'm the same way. And honestly, the one thing that's going to put me off on that F4 is just doing the stupid flipping face curtain handles on the seat. I am terrible with it. I've never found a way to do them well, and it's not going to be too fun.
I remember from scale aircraft modelling. This is where StreamYard really do need to have the wibbly wobbly effect. It was an article in scale aircraft modelling, and somebody said that they did the grab handles, and they took a strand of black wire and a strand of yellow wire,
Yeah,
and then
I've done it many times.
wrap them round.
I've done it many times. It actually, from any kind of distance, it looks absolutely brilliant. It's not prototypically correct because they don't spiral.
No.
But if you take two pieces of wire, paint one gloss white, one gloss yellow, and one gloss black, then twist them together, you can then bend them around to form the face handles. And they just look absolutely brilliant.
That wasn't new.
Jen, we all wear glasses because we're all over 50.
Sorry, who was this? Let's just go down.
The transatlantic connection appears to not be working anymore. Can we disconnect it?
Guess who else wears?
You wear an optimizer when you're modelling, Jen. I've seen your head pop into view.
I'm just going to say, Jen wears glasses. Come on, for goodness sake! We're not standing for that. Well, obviously we're not standing for that. We're all sat here because we're all men in their 50s wearing glasses.
We're all men in their 50s with carrying various injuries.
Yeah. Yes. Right. We're going to get on to the news in a moment, but I am just going to do this one to thank Mr. Ian Hartup for this, because I am genuinely grateful here, because
there's a comment quite early on from someone saying that they want to have a conversation about the Dispaye thing we've started.
That's all that.
Shares in Dispaye.
Yes.
So I managed to get this in the end for a smidge over about 35 quid in the end. I haven't even opened the box up yet. Oh, look at that. Thank you for choosing this. I know. I haven't even opened the box up yet. So
This fire all right, but I'm a MadWorks kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So there it is. What? It's Dispaye. What a fabulous bit of kit. Having seen Ian doing the thing the other week where he was doing perfect right angles there, I haven't even used it yet, and yet I am instantly in love with it. It beautifully built.
Nice machine.
You what? Sorry.
Got some proper heft to it. It's
Yes,
not lightweight. Yeah.
That's a nice machine job on that.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. So I will get round to using that in the next week, next couple of weeks over the Christmas period. But yeah, this was one of those weird experiences with AliExpress, where the moment I put something in my basket, the price suddenly shot up. And so I had to kind of. Sorry, Ian.
So I think I've cracked that. I'll have a chat with you about it later.
Okay, brilliant. But we got there in the end. So yes, thanks to Ian for putting me onto one of these. Also, thanks to Ian this week for the £5 airbrush. Now, I was expecting this to be absolute garbage. You know what? It's actually pretty good. I've been using it on and off, and it's really quite solid. It's got a bit of heft to it. I might order another couple just to be really profligate and have one which I use purely for varnishes and one that I use purely for, another task, say primers or something. Just so that You what? So yeah, well, that's a good point. It's not perfect, but the action is there's a little bit when you press the trigger down. There's a little bit of it's a bit like my knees. There's a bit of a creak, but no, I'm really impressed with that for a £5. So might get a couple more. And finally, I'm delivering this tomorrow. This is a mobile phone holder for my friends Lisa and Bob. And it was a 3D printed thing. And they said, could I go in there and do all the detail painting, which for a stormtrooper was mostly just painting the gloves and fabric areas. I've got to say, the printing on this is very, very coarse. And the print lines are all over. There are print lines everywhere. So it did cause a few problems when I was trying to kind of paint some of these black areas, is that the paint just started spreading no matter how thickly I applied it. So in the end, I went over all the black areas with Maskol. I sprayed the figure with is it X1 or X2 Tamiya gloss, and then I absolutely blasted it Halford's clear lacquer. So it's come out pretty darn dandy, to be honest with you. Plus, the figure does have, is that Roscoe barking? And the figure does have a bit of a glossy sheen to it. So I'm happy with that. So I'm sure Lisa and Bob will be happy as well.
Steve, that's a very big question to ask. 16.
I think I'm at 11.
10.
I have two.
Oh,
That's a lie, Chris.
That's not a lie.
Just pathetic. Just get with the program.
Yeah. How long have you been building?
I'm gonna go on Amazon and order you a Galleria as a gift, just so you've got another one.
I'm tempted to order it.
Us as well. This is Britain. You don't do that to us.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
I have.
Yeah, I'm tempted to order Chris one as well.
Yeah, let's bombard Chris.
I'm on Amazon right now, Chris.
See, this is the secret,
I have
people.
your
If you're
address.
watching, here's the secret to getting free stuff. Irritate your friends till they send things to you.
GM's a master.
Sarah Jane says, no airbrushes, never use one, only rattle cans for me. That's a shocking admission.
Some
my
car
goodness
Some
me.
car models do that.
In a way, that is still an airbrush.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, it has propellant in there, so
Thing is, that so many airbrushes are so cheap these days that I've got airbrushes here that I've bought and used twice and just put to one side because they're not. I've got a Harder and Stingbeck, that Revolution 2-in-1, the hugely expensive one from a few years ago that an ex-girlfriend bought for me, and I hated it, and I've never used it since. It's like I used it twice. I've never used it since. It's like a 200 quid airbrush.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to clarify. You were talking about the airbrush. Okay.
No, she was a sweetheart, bless her. Oh, yeah. She actually contacted you, John, to find out where to get the brush from, but you don't remember.
I do remember that's outside the blast area, so I do remember. And I'm not going to mention her name now, but I do know who you're talking about because I met her. So
Yeah, Mel.
there we go. No, there you go then. Yeah. I do remember the airbrush. Jim Altegott says, and one of them is my trusty Pash H single action that is over 25 years old and indestructible. Oh, don't tell Captain Magenta that. He'll be livid. You'll say not another one that's indestructible. I've got here, Mr. Farmer gifted me a brand new, absolutely spanking brand new Badger 200, and I really must get around to using that at some stage. Right, come on, chaps, let's talk about news, shall we? News.
It's more fun doing it. This.
Sorry.
Must be. This is more fun.
No, we've got news. But Chris, did you want to say something? You had your hand in the
No,
air.
no. I was,
All right.
I'm all in favor of
You had your hand up. Teacher will get to you.
Yeah, I'm putting it down slowly now.
You-
Go ahead. News is good.
Do you want to use the little boys' room? Because you should have gone before the show. So right, we'll do some news. Let's do some news anyway. IBG, they're doing their Spitfire Mark V. This is the one that, quite frankly, has my attention because there are more color schemes you can hang on a Mark V than a Mark I, which is going to annoy people who love the Mark I. So here we go. Here are some plan views of the Mark V, but oh my goodness me, how many exhaust variations are we going to have in this kit? That's, as the Americans would say, that's thorough.
That's all 3D printed stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So
I like all those little rear view mirrors at the upper part of the shot here.
Yeah.
Those are when kit companies do that, I just adore them for that because I'm going to use all those rear view mirrors at some point.
Mm-hmm.
One on
In my
the
case, I would lose about 2/3 of them until I finally got one glued on.
Yeah, that's a joy of 3D printing, isn't it, Mike? You can print 400 of them on a basis that one of them will make it to the model.
Exactly.
It's like me with Tomcat Beetles in the last week. I went through about 6 of them before I actually got them permanently on the model.
I'm liking that exhaust. That I'm presuming the bit in the middle goes into the fuselage, and the exhaust's going from the after painting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a nice piece of engineering. That I
Mhm.
like that idea.
That's nice. That's smart.
And the carburetor intakes with the meshes molded on as well.
Yeah.
I did get I got one of the Recon Mark Ones.
Oh, have you got one?
Yeah. It's very, very, very complicated. It's a very involved build, but the surface detail, I'm glad to say, wasn't as bad as sort of the images had led me to believe it would be. It can still do with being a good bit finer, but it's okay.
The one thing that I'm looking at here on that kit, it's 72nd scale, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are going to be tiny. All of that.
Yeah. Absolutely minuscule.
You know, it's going to be fun. That's where I recommend an ultrasonic knife for removing 3D print parts.
I would suggest that IBG Spitfire is a more complicated kit than Qatari's 32nd scale one.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because Qatari's 32nd one is an exercise in simplicity.
Yeah, I can get that. I get that. Drew, do you want to talk about this?
I don't know. What is it?
This.
Oh, the Tamiya, my Tamiya Tomcat that I finished. Yeah, this week. Yeah, I was hoping to get it finished within a couple of weeks at Telford, and it ended up taking me a month and a half. But no, very, very happy with the way it came out in the end.
Yep.
So for anybody who's interested who doesn't know, there's 2 videos up on my YouTube channel, each about an hour long, covering the construction and painting of this. Just and well, it's Tamiya. It's just it's superb from start to finish, really. I did have a discussion the other day though, because it is better than the Academy kit, but it's not that much better. The Academy kit is still a very worthy kit in its own right, but this is better.
Are those the wing sweep decals that come in the kit?
Yeah, well, mostly. You haven't watched the video, have you, Mike? I'm shocked and offended.
I don't know. No, I didn't, because it's the wrong scale for me.
Oh, you missed all my glorious paint techniques. The decals in the kit, as I said on the video, the decals in the kit for the wing sweep areas are really nice, but they are a little bit pixelated. So they were worked over with oil paints as well after application. But I mean, they are great decals. They are great decals. but it just needed a bit more blending to make them look a little bit less pixelated.
Sure.
And all the rest, and the majority of the rest of the weathering is done with good old Starship filth.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to say, I do love your kind of muddy brown patina on there. And yeah, that's
Well, the thing is, it's like you have to look at pictures, because there are very distinct tread patterns on Tomcats where ground crews go out to work on them. So you've got those back from the intakes and then up on the spine a little bit, then out across the glove veins and out on the wings. It's a very distinct pattern.
I would imagine that where the wing sweep marks are, that kind of clean section on that fuselage side, not the wing side, there's a whole lot of you don't step here, because there's probably crumple zones on that airplane. And then
and you've got all those you've got those kind of fingers, the wing seal bits.
Yep, they don't want you anywhere
Which is
near.
one of the bits I was actually quite surprised with this kit. If you're building this kit and you're doing with the sweep wing option, just check the fit of those wing seal parts, because they've included parts for the wings forward and back. But even with the wing, using the ones for the wings swept, the fit isn't perfect where it joins the wing. They should actually sort of come down and seal that wing joint, and they don't quite on this kit, which was actually quite a surprise to me. But so it's just one. Next time I'll be more vigilant around that. Yeah, I mean, I think the kit is out in the States now, isn't it?
I think it just got here.
It just got released in the
Yeah,
States.
and Andy put a video out that he has them in stock. So
Yeah. And it's I think it's due out here just after Christmas. It's one of those ones where it's the US market first, then I think the UK and Japan sort of simultaneously just after Christmas, I think is the plan. So yeah, but I mean, it's I think what's the retail? It's $39.99 in the UK, so I guess you'll be getting it for around $35 from some people. Yeah, I don't have an issue with that price for what you get in the kit. I think it's good value. So
yeah.
but no, it's a beautiful model. Highly recommended.
I'm just going to do bear with. Talk amongst yourselves for a second, as I'm just going to go to inflation adjuster, and I want to see what. I remember buying the Fujimi FK1 Phantom in 1987 and nearly passing out in beaches.
$7.99 when it was released.
$7.99, but I'm just going to do £8. So okay, that's not too bad. In 2025, that's the equivalent of around about kind of 23 quid.
Yeah. Which, funnily enough, the one that was released, that boxing of that kit that was released by Hobby 2000 a few months ago was 24 quid.
Yeah.
So
Not bad.
And that came with masks and cartograph decals. So
Yes. I'm just looking at Dave Swindle there saying on the top of Drew's head, yes, thanks, Dave. Yes.
Right, what's happened at the top of your head?
I rejigged my camera position for my YouTube videos, and got it wrong. So there's a section that's got I put a little bit of section on the YouTube video showing why that section isn't on the YouTube video. Absolute clown shoes. Just shows the top of my head while I'm working on a model. Just shocking. But
Shocking. Would be shocking. Right, next news item. I am all over this. Oh my goodness me. Doesn't that just look awesome sauce? This is First to Fight. Just tries to grab the notes. Oh, I've lost the notes. Talking amongst yourselves for a second. Right, here we go. This is First to Fight, Polish company, and this is their Meldunkowy KM12. So this is going to be 72nd scale. It's like a Polish Second World War gunboat. Doesn't that look fabulous?
Wow.
I was going to ask, where's it from? Because it could quite easily be a modern day Ukrainian creation,
Mhm.
Yeah.
including the Lewis guns.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That's cool.
Either that, yeah, or War of the Worlds steampunk era as well. Just to,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
that ubiquitous. It's covered in rivets and it's got a gun on it. There you go.
Yeah.
And it weighs 10 million pounds.
Yeah. Also, what I do like about this is how they've done that molded flag, or how they've cadded how the flag is going to look. So it'd be interesting. Painting that is going to be interesting. Whether they do a decal that matches that. But this just look terrific, doesn't it? It's, oh my goodness me, that's just got weathering written all over it. That has.
Yes,
Is
it
this
does.
going to be injection molded or 3D printed?
No, I think injection molded.
Huh.
Very interesting. It's almost like a monitor being so close, so low to the water, but
Right.
Yeah.
machine guns. So
Kind of cool.
yeah,
Yep.
Drew, what is the name of your YouTube channel? Theron, it's Drew's model page.
I think you should call it Drew Tube, but there we go.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So we did like that. Also, sorry, just to go back to the Spitfire here for a second. This is what IBG say about their Spitfire. They're doing a black box limited edition. This box will include 4 fuselages and 4 sets of wing upper halves to build any 2 options of the 5B. It will include 1 huge decal sheet with 18 marking options,
Wow.
containing 42 roundels and 20 fin flashes to cater for the huge variety included in the box. 3D printed cockpit structure with or without armor and headrest. 3D printed wheels, 3D printed exhausts, each of them in 4 variants. 3D printed seamless carburetor intakes. 10 3D printed rear view mirrors, 6 3D printed gun sights, 2 photo etch frames,
And a
2
partridge in a
sets.
pear tree.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 2 sets of the most thoroughly researched stencils ever prepared for a Spitfire 5B model in any scale, with separate subsets for Supermarine and Westland produced machines.
And
2
Castle
sets.
Bromwich, it says.
Yeah,
CB.
Castle Bromwich. Yeah, Castle Bromwich. Westland produced machines, 2 sets of painting masks, and 1 special bonus. Ooh. So there we go. So that's the IBG Spitfire.
And 1 instruction sheet that's going to be the size of War and Peace.
well,
Just a bit. But yeah. But I am looking forward to the 5 because, like I say, as much as I like the Mark 1s, yeah, I just think the 5s you can hang more color schemes on them, can't you?
hmm
I'm sick of Merlin engine Spitfires.
Oh,
I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming. I was waiting. Any minute now, someone's just going to mutter.
Drew, be very careful because with attitudes like that, you may be visited in the night by 3 ghosts. And
Anyway, this is my Christmas build.
go on. Do you want? Shall we see your Christmas build?
it's
All right, let's go to Drew's
A
Christmas build.
Spitfire.
Is it Merlin powered, Drew?
Yes, a Merlin
Oh,
powered
really?
Spitfire. Yeah, it's the Airfix 9E that I'm just going to try and sort of smash out in the next over Christmas. So I just started it today. So yeah, just filming it all and seeing how quickly I can basically build this because stuff's been taking me too long recently,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to get that mojo back to build stuff rapidly.
So why not a Merlin powered Spitfire?
Well, the thing is, this is a really nice, simple kit,
Yeah.
and it's also a really, really good kit. So I know that it's going to be no problem to build, and it's going to be a quick build. I can build in a very few days, get paint on it, and just and hopefully in the space of about a week have something have something really nice to show off for my efforts. So I mean, I'm replacing. I found some 3D printed exhausts online. I'm probably going to design a new spinner for it because the kit one's got no detail on the spinner. But apart from that, and probably some cannon barrels. But apart from that, it's just what's in them. I'm just going to build the kit straight from the box, just with those few little improvements. Build the Danish one.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. And the only other thing I plan to do is what Jen did with her TR9, which is see about reducing some of that rivet detail a little bit by just the method that Jen used on hers, and see if it works for me as well.
Andy King says, Ian, can we see that Fiat, please?
Do we have to?
It's here. Funnily enough. Go on then.
Has it not rusted away in the meantime?
No. Although this, I'm going to. This is in a Abarth.
I have a guy. My neighbor has an Abarth, and that thing is fast as heck.
The modern one.
I've got a Bath.
Yeah. This is a 1965 Fiat Abarth.
Oh, this one's a new one.
This is the Tamiya Abarth 695 kit that I've been working on for a little while. I'm still trying.
I absolutely think that Fiat nailed it on the updated Fiat 500.
There's two cars in the last few years that have really nailed the retro thing. There's the Fiat 500, because the modern one, they got all the right bits of this in that design.
Yeah, they absolutely.
You can almost mistake it for a modern one.
Yeah. And then that new Renault 5 EV. The styling on that is absolutely spot on for the original Renault 5. They got all the right visual triggers from the classic version are in that new car. There you go. So
I've almost bought a Fiat 500 several times.
I worked as a salesman for Fiat and Abarth for some time, and I used to run around in the modern Abarth 695 in a car called a Competizione, the 180 brake horsepower. And it was no slouch, and it was some of the best fun you can have on two wheels.
My favorite car I've ever owned was a Fiat.
What did you have?
A D-Reg 1 litre Fiat Uno.
Oh yeah,
I absolutely adored that car. What a little cracker! So it really was absolute top fun.
They are, and that's the thing. So this is Tamiya's reissue from a couple of years ago of their Abarth 695. I'm trying to get the box lid so I can show people the lid. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Which, in fact, we do that. There you go. Which is that. It's been around. They're still about on the shelves if you see them. They're good value. They do the standard 500F, which I've got on the shelf over there, and they do the 695. They use the same basic shell. The 695 adds the over fenders, the wheel arch extensions, and comes with some bigger wheels and tires. I've actually chosen, these are Ukrainian scale car productions, resin and 3D printed Cromodore 13 or 14 inch. So they fit the arches neatly. Nice and snug, shall we say. I've also got some 3D printed interior parts going on with it as well, and I promptly mislaid, and there you go, the world's smallest twin Weber installation with separate car. There's 5 parts there.
Wow.
The intake trumpets are separate, along with the center body and the carb and the pipes. Oops, there you go. And that's I have to say, though, the engine's a bit of a weak point of the kit, which is a bit of a shame, really, because, as you'll know, with Abarth, they had overheating problems with them because they'd souped them up so much. So they used to jack the tailgate open. So the original design has
the engine's in the boot, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they're rear engined and air cooled and 2 cylinders. The original tailgate would open like that. And the kit actually allows for that.
I love it when people say things like, as you'll know, because no, I
You
wouldn't.
don't. No.
Points of fact.
As you should know, Drew.
So what they then did was they removed the hinging from here, welded a bracketing system onto the back, and then the engine bay is mounted like thus, cover like that.
Very much like you'd see a Volkswagen Beetle in some cases.
Yeah, the old space boots. Well,
Yeah.
USDP do the brackets, which are these, and they're painted. Incidentally, there you go. And let's see if I can get that to show up. There you go. And they are absolutely beautiful. I've got to get it the right way up, which I'm failing.
Don't break it.
Yeah, well, I very sensibly bought 2 sets because I looked at them on the website and went, yeah, no, yeah, fits roughly like that.
Oh, cool.
And then the engine cover goes there. So
Herman Handbrush has a question for you, Ian. He says, so the body you are showing here is of that kit whose box you just showed, right?
it is indeed, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I've never seen that boxing.
No, it's that artwork is the original artwork that they released it with. If I just step away a moment, that is the other version of it that came out.
That's the boxing I've seen.
Yeah, so that's the standard 500.
500.
Um,
and this is the
but
695?
And then the 695 is the Abarth. So
Gotcha.
as you can see, there's a few extras in that box. I'll come to that another time. They use the same shell. So, and it's just the arch extension. So the
I see.
Abarth one gets a different part of the chrome sprue for the wheels, and then a separate of arches. And there is actually some changes to the dash. The dash is slightly different for the Abarth. But I mean, I've done most of the preparatory work. All the little bits and bobs are painted. These bits are body color when I actually get to it. And
What color is it going to be?
It's going to be, now I've found a picture of one that I rather like the look of that's running those Commodores. It's going to be that.
Oh, cool.
Oh, lovely.
Looks very much like that Koenigsegg I just posted a photo of.
Yeah, let's see now. That is Mr. Color,
Looks
straight
like
out of
the-
the jar, binned with leveling, and I applied it over Mr. Surfacer 1000 about 5 minutes before the show started. So when you didn't come to me straight away for projects, I wasn't unhappy because it was in the dehydrator. It has now dried enough that I can touch it. Air superiority.
RLM 76.
Sorry?
Is that RLM 76?
No, it's air superiority blue.
Ah, okay.
It's kind of cool.
And what I'll do later on is I'll post a picture of the car that I'm working on because it's on the camera that there at the minute, and so I can't put it in the group. But that's yeah. So as kits go, it's an older kit. It's been around a long time. It's got 1996, I think it is, stamped in it somewhere.
I love the idea that 1996 is an old kit.
Right?
Yeah, I was just going to say that still feels like the recent past, 30 years
When
ago.
you say old kit to me, Ian, I'm thinking 1968.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Like our age.
But think about it. 1996 is, as John's just pointed out, 30 years ago. More than half your life.
Helping, not helping.
Drew, sorry, we got to go.
So it's a lovely thing. This is interesting though, because this is the Fiat 500. Now, my little friends at Zoom On, you know. So there's the spare set of the Abarth brackets. That's the interior upgrade set. Some pictures of this on my page. And there's a spare set of the Weber carbs, although they're not appropriate to the 500F. That is a 1/24 scale Vespa scooter.
Oh,
Nice.
that's cool.
Behind it, and there's the trailer for it. There by Zoom On. Yeah, there's some bits in there, fellas. There's set of ratchet straps to ratchet it to the trailer with, and it comes with much smaller wheels and tires. The 500F, as you can see. So They're both really nice kits. They're good fun. There is a bit more cleanup on it than you might think, but again, that's possibly a representation of its age. I picked it up, like you were saying, like a panic cleaser, like you were saying the other day, earlier on about the one you were doing, and it was like, yeah, I'll waz that through while I think about what I'm going to do with this motorbike I'm building for Mike, for Andy Farmer that's over here, and in that debris field. And
is that a decal
like that.
sheet hanging above your head that you just smashed, or?
Oh no, this is masking sheets, matey. These are tools, and all. There's more tools up here. As you know, I am a bit of a tool.
Yes, and I appreciate that. This is literally my toolbox.
Yeah, there's stuff hanging and dangling and all over the shop and things. It's like these, it's like photo etch scrapers and stuff hanging up everywhere. It's dreadful. But
everything of mine is slowly coming into. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. He's gone again.
Drew's hit his head on his camera again.
I gave my daughter.
Everything of mine is now getting 3D printed boxes.
Oh yeah.
What's that say?
Cotton buds. Love that. I've seen it. Who did this? Are they one of the sites doing them, or have you been doing that?
Isn't there a guy over here in the States waiting on some airbrush holders from you?
Yeah, this is. I've been through 4 different hot ends in the last month trying to get prints good, and I think it's coming good again. Yeah, this is all designed with different little cotton buds and stuff, and little.
And these are all FDM printed, right?
Sorry,
FDM print.
Yeah, and I think I've finally got. I think I've finally got all my printers back running because none of my printers have been playing ball in the last couple of months.
I have literally had 2 printers die in the last week. So
yeah, I saw you sort of posting about that, Mike, and I think I think one of the problems you got, Mike, is that your little resin company isn't
right. These are at-home printers.
Yeah,
the one behind me with the red lid is my
kind of reached that point now where your little resin company isn't, and it might require some investment in Formlabs or something.
Yeah,
going forward.
I'm actually looking that route at the moment, but
I mean, I know they're sort of 4 to 6 times the cost of these Elegos, but they are geared for production level. Reliability of print and operation, I think. So yeah, I think sadly you've outgrown home level printing, mate.
I have, and I've outgrown being a one-man operation.
Yeah.
But that said, it's also. And I don't mean to switch gears. It's also kind of strange, and I think Roy Sutherland's on here too. It's getting to a situation where there's so many people dipping their toes in the pond that even if I invest in bigger, more industrial printers and all of that, there's still I need to be able to sell product issue. And you got everybody and their brother now starting their own little home business like I did. So I take nothing away from them. Bless you, Ian. It's the noose is tightening around a lot of the smaller businesses. So for me, making that investment is an actual huge financial choice.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I would say there, Mike, is that the noose is tightening around the small guys. Time to stop being a small guy. Does that make sense?
It does, but you know what? Here's the problem: trying to find distribution and things like that.
Yeah.
No one wants to carry 900 lines of new aftermarket stuff, so they have to be very, very, confident that they're going to sell. Hannets won't carry my stuff. They're like, we're moving out of aftermarket. I currently only have the 48ers as a distributor.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing.
I mean, maybe try one. I don't know. Is it going to be worth trying one Formlabs and see what that does?
Yeah,
for the
and I
production?
think I'm going to. I mean, because as I alluded to in my post, the Elegoo, as great as it is, 105 right here. Certain things it just does not handle well. It doesn't
No,
like
you know,
does not like flat parts very much, no matter what orientation I print them, and it really, really hates round parts. And again, no matter what orientation, I've tried a gajillion of them. I always end up there's always going to be print lines, and that's just the nature of the business. There's always going to be a print line here or there. That's just the way it works. But spending $6,000 on a printer
it's a massive
little bit of an
investment.
investment. I hope this
investment.
makes everything better.
Yeah. But I think what you'll gain from that is reliability and repeatability.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because that's what they're designed to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
weird because I'll print OA4 cockpits or some of the more complicated things that I have, the A10 cockpit. They come out stupendously beautiful.
I was just going to say,
in fact, Drew, I will say this: your Mirage 2000 tanks that you do for me, print better than any round thing I've ever had.
see, we're talking about print. Sorry to interrupt. We're talking about print lines, and on this figure, I mean that armor should be curved. Everything's stepped.
Where's that from?
Yeah, that's a terrible STL.
This is not a model. This is a mobile phone holder. So this is the one that I was asked to paint. But as you can see, it's it's quite rudimentary in terms of its 3D printing. But it's not a model. It's purely an ornament. But there are so many print lines on this.
Regardless of that is a terrible STL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think,
with Craig Sargent, I mean, I appreciate the 3500 Spitfire exhaust sets. I print 3,000 sets a week, or 3,000 parts a week, easy.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the as regards the Mirage 2000 tanks, the one thing I noticed with some of the other STLs you sent me to print this side, Mike, was I've upped the faceting when I'm producing mine to the maximum it'll allow, which just results in a smoother product at the end. And I found some of the tanks that you've sent me STLs of, looking at them, the faceting, when you drop them into Lychee or something, you can see they're very, very faceted, which makes them look a bit coarse when they're done. Whereas I up that to the max I can, and just take the hit in processing time to do that.
Well, you and I will talk afterwards. And, I'll pick your brain on some of your ideas, because I am literally now just learning Fusion 360. And the reason being is I'm so busy with actual working that my time is just it's not available to sit down and spend time doing that as much as I would like. But
right, we will dive on with another news story, and then, chaps, I'm afraid we are pretty much going to have to wrap it up for the show, and indeed for the year. But here is another news item, and this is Gecko, and they are doing a Spartan, and they're kicking off with a Ukrainian one. So they're doing the FV103 CVRT Spartan APC, and this is, like I say, this is the Ukrainian version. These are not CAD renders. This is actual plastic and photo etch. So if you have a bit of a photo etch phobia, you might want to look away now, because there's quite a bit going on here. Well, we haven't got to the best bit yet. Those cages, yeah, there's quite a lot of PE going on here. I can almost hear Drew shrinking in his chair.
Well, it all looks pretty sensible to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of me folding up photo etch and throwing that away.
I mean, I don't like photo etch, but that seems like a fairly sensible.
Yeah.
This kit is the
Yeah.
subject. This kit is the subject of a lot of conversation in the armor modeling.
That basket right there, I'm throwing it away.
That's where you keep the passenger pigeons or the carrier, the carrier pigeons.
Steve Moore has just commented. Hope to do a UK from this kit. The conversion to the Ukrainian version deletes a certain amount of the British Army fit, particularly around that cupola where the machine guns are mounted. There has been a photograph of a sprue with a British Army period style cupola on it, so it looks like there's a second release coming with the British Armour stuff. My friend Ian Murray, who I know will be watching tonight, will be equally keen to build the British Army one, but that's what's been seen online. There's 2 sub sprues with different cupolas in, so I think if you're looking to do a British one, it's up to you. Do you invest in that one and hope someone does a resin bit, or how long will you wait for a British one? And if they don't do the British one, will you be able to get the Ukrainian one later? So it's a bit of a tricky one.
I know I did on the Gecko page, I did note that there was some, I think I'll politely call it grumbling that Gecko were doing a Ukrainian one first and they weren't doing a British one. Of course they're going to do a British one. Goodness me, we've seen how this market works. So yeah, I think
There's a bit of grumbling that they're doing a Ukrainian one first. Have they kind of just missed the last 4 years?
that's what I was politely trying to figure a way of saying that. But yeah, I just thought it
Well,
was.
I just said it perfectly politely.
I think the issue is that the Ukrainian one will sell initially in good numbers. Once the British one's out, it will continually sell because, like Steve Moore said, he used to drive them. There are a lot of people of our age and younger as well, and maybe a little bit older, if that's possible, who experience these vehicles firsthand. And because this was a ubiquitous piece of British Army kit for a very long time, because we continually cocked up replacing it. And so, I get the Ukrainian one's very current and it'll sell because the box is yellow and blue and we all know what's going on and all that lot. But the British Army one will sell in enormous numbers comparatively.
For sure.
Because they were in a lot more numbers beforehand. So you're never going to get that conversation right because there's always going to be someone bitching about it.
Oh,
it wasn't so much of why haven't they?
I think I've got that conversation right. Of course, they're releasing the Ukrainian one first. Conversation over.
It's not current.
There you go.
it's current.
The conversation was more about not can they do a British one? When will they do a British one? And have they got the parts to do it? And obviously, from the pictures that have been circulating, yes, they will.
So that photo etch set, this is literally the least used tool I own.
that basket is
Scimitar was done a few years ago by Gecko. Yeah. They've done the score from Scimitar already. So
they're using a common core to do it.
The only one they can do is like the Striker, isn't it? Because that's got a longer hull. So
and was it the Samaritan as well that had the ambulance one that had the stretched plate? Good cut. Yeah, it was indeed. It's a bit like that Aoshima Fast and Furious Mazda we talked about on the car show last week, where they've got all the bits to make any FD. I never get that number right. Any of that era of RX-7 right. It's just picking which sprues they need for which box. And it's clearly the route that Gecko have gone for with the CVRT. It'll be interesting to see, it wouldn't be that difficult for them to do the stretched hull vehicles, and so it'd be interesting to see if they do choose to do them. I do like it. I think that, I mean, joking aside about the etch, that's the kind of thing that I see as a challenge to do.
Rather
Yeah,
than
yeah,
yeah,
Just
absolutely.
different ways of looking at it, isn't it? Different mentalities about it. That would that a lot of people go, "Oh, I'll never do that," and I'll be like, "I want to do it just because it's got that in it, and I want to prove to myself that I can do it." That back basket on on the access door at the back. Oh, that looks a load of fun. Are we looking at that, trying to work out how to fold that in about 4 different direct ways? And so it's just each to their own, isn't it? But yeah.
Mm-hmm. And well, we are coming up to the last news item for tonight, and well, this is quite interesting actually. This is Atlantis, a brand I definitely want to try and get some of their kits and build some for next year. They have done a 1-to-1 scale. That's all right. Let's add it to screen. A 1-to-1 scale Kentucky long rifle. Now, this is the long rifle, also known as the Kentucky long rifle or American long rifle, is a muzzle-loading American firearm used for hunting and warfare circa 1700 to 1900. Goodness me, nearly 200 years. It was one of the first commonly used rifles. The Kentucky long rifle was characterized by a very long barrel of relatively small caliber, uncommon in European rifles available during the same time period. Here at Atlantis, we have brought back this piece of history in 1-to-1 scale for enthusiasts to enjoy. Measuring 4 feet 5 inches long, this item is available now. Recommended retail price, bearing in mind this is 4 feet and 5 inches long of plastic, $39.99.
It's only an inch tall.
Yeah,
it's only got 72 parts. There's a video on their Facebook page of them pulling that off the injection molding machine, and they had to outsource one of the toolings to a third party because it was too big to go on their machine.
Yeah,
but I can't see it now. I can't remember whether this was originally Revell or Aurora. It's one of those two. I think it might have been an Aurora kit, which explains a lot.
Was that the original artwork for Land O'Lakes Butter?
Well played.
I'm just going to Google Aurora Kentucky rifle.
They have got some pyro stuff as well, I think. So
yeah, it might be pyro as well. No, it's not coming up as Aurora. No, it's coming up as Atlantis. Frontiersman Kentucky long rifle. So let's try that again. Talk amongst yourselves, please.
Definitely not a new tooling, obviously. None of that stuff is, to be fair. The more interestingly, this week they've managed to finally get out and they've shipped the 124 scale Tom Daniels Red Baron car.
Oh, good old Red Baron.
Chromed German helmet.
Oh yeah,
yeah, which is probably one of the most famous, unrecognizable custom car show car kits of
I have the Hot Wheels of that still from when I was a kid.
Yeah,
or Johnny Lightning. It might have been Johnny Lightning.
No, I think it's Hot Wheels because it's of that era.
Yeah, it was one of the two.
Oh, it was Pyro. Someone's telling us there. But
here we go, chaps. I've just found it. Pyro, and it was from 1956.
Wow.
1956, new tool. So that will be celebrating, that tooling will be celebrating its 70th birthday next year. Incroyable. Good Lord. But yeah, that looks interesting. That we are the interesting modeling company, and that does look interesting. So
can you imagine a modern company doing anything? I like someone's just pointed out LS used to do the little BB modern firearms, but no one's ever going to go out and do something like that again, are they? Can I have a 1-to-1 scale SA80, please, just so I can jump up and down on it?
Yeah, and they were all sort of removed from the market in the UK.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so the replica gun thing did it, didn't it? So
yeah.
Good Lord.
Sorry, my little mongrels. The neighbors must be out across the street.
Nice.
The joys of miniature dachshunds.
Yes. Herman Handbrush says, not surprised it's pyro. I remember the little catalogues in the pyro kits. They had a number of small arms. Do you ever remember that? There used to be that advert in Scale Models for somebody who used to sell plastic replica guns, and they made a very big point of the fact that they were non-firing. So, right, chaps. We are coming up to just short of 90 minutes now. I'm going to have to hit the button. Any other business?
I'm going to do a Christmas list of what we want to see next year.
Ooh.
Go on.
Got it. I've got my two.
Go on.
I would like Airfix, because I don't think anybody else will, to do a 48 scale Brit Phantom series.
Mm.
And I want to see Tamiya do a 48 scale redo of the F-15.
Mm.
Redo a what? Sorry.
The F-15 Eagle, because
I'm holding out for Tamiya's.
we need it.
Tamiya's 48 scale F-15C.
We need it.
That's
It's a great one.
Actually, my wishes for next year. I'm really hoping that Sword finally get around to doing an F7U1 Cutlass.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Is that the round nose one?
And an XF8U3. I think those are both up Swords Avenue.
Drew, sorry to interrupt. Is that Cutlass? Is that the round nosed one?
Yeah, that's the very early
one. The blue
Got
one.
to be blue.
That's the oh my lord, this really is hopeless, but we'll give a couple to the Blue Angels anyway and see what they do with them. Cutlass.
And they didn't do much.
I would like to see an Airfix 72nd scale Firefly at some point, and I'd like to see like a clear prop or Dora Wings TBD Devastator. Obviously, I've got personal stakes in both of these, but I think those would be good. Those would be good kits for the market.
I think that I can't believe that they're not going to at some point get round to a Devastator. Somebody, it has to be. It has to be done. I'd agree with Craig. I would like to see somebody do a new 72nd scale Black Widow. That's very long overdue. Having said that, I'd also like to see somebody do a new 72nd scale Heinkel 219 series.
Oh, yeah.
Why? What's wrong with the Dragon kit? Oh, yeah, hang about. Yeah.
I'd like to see somebody do a new Heinkel 219 and Black Widow series.
Yeah.
For me, cars wise, I'd really like someone to pull their finger out and do the current generation of Ferraris from Le Mans. It has just won it for the third time on the row. It could do with a kit. It's kind of that kind of.
I agree with you there, Ian.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. From a road car point of view,
Ferrari licensing issue.
Ferrari's licensing apparently isn't that difficult.
Okay.
It's the driver and sponsorship licensing that's always the issue, because they're the ones that want to make most money out of it.
Oh,
it's just like NASCAR. I mean, all racing. It's never the company. They want as much product out there with their name on it as they can. It's the sponsors that really, because they have to pay the drivers.
Yeah.
And
from a road car point of view, there's nothing around at the minute that's absolutely inspiring me. The problem is at the minute, all those lovely Exotica cars that we're seeing are all coming in resin from Alpha models at 150 quid a shot. So I can't really afford too many of them anymore. So I could do with Tamiya just doing something that isn't a McLaren or a Murray, because I'd like a nice new Aston Martin.
Thank you.
Got a Ryan.
Oh, I missed. I had two of their DB9s.
DBS.
Or DBS. I'm sorry, DBS.
Yeah.
They lost their rights with Aston, and now they're $250 a kit.
Yeah. And I've never actually had one, and I would kill for one.
Sorry, two. Two this way, Drew. Two this way.
Yeah.
We've got some of the audience tonight. Steve Moores would like a 24 scale Harrier GR7/9. Yep, so would I. Awesome. That would be awesome sauce. Craig Sargent, another one weighing in with a P61. Andy King would like a new 48 scale Fury. I wouldn't say no to that, Andy. Paul Brown says a 48 scale Hawker Henley. Actually, do you know what? I do
now.
I don't even know what that is.
It's yeah, it's a ugly aeroplane, but here we go.
I live in hope that somebody realizes that Spitfires also had Griffin engines.
Yeah. Richard here says, I want a 48 scale P2H Neptune or 72nd scale. Do you know what? Sorry, I'm going a bit Michael Caine here. Do you know what? I think a brand new Neptune in 72nd scale is massively overdue.
Yeah, new Neptune and Orion.
48 scale privateer.
Sarah Jane wants a Mustang GT3 and the new Toyota supercar in 24 scale.
I think you're nailed on for the Toyota.
Yeah, Mike Williams, can Clear Prop do a Grumman F11F Tiger in 72nd and 48th scale, please?
Well, aren't DBMP doing it in 48 scale?
Someone's announced it, haven't they?
I just saw the Blue Angels F11F down in Pima that they restored completely, and what a sexy airplane that is.
I'm just
beautiful airplane.
It is just gorgeous, every angle of it.
Yeah, I'm just going to say the F11F. I really don't quite understand why that's never had the love from the mainstream manufacturers, given the amount of color schemes you can hang on the dial.
But it was only in service for 3 years. It was like it came and went so fast. And there's a really, really nice. I've always thought it was a very hard done by aeroplane. There's a really nice YouTube video up that's about 40 minutes long covering the F11 and why it kind of sort of fell between the gaps almost.
Yeah.
Because almost as soon as it entered service, the Crusader was there.
Right there.
Travis Thompson says, I'd take a 48 scale Hawker Typhoon. Steve Moores. Oh, Steve has read my mind. He'd like a 48 scale Westland Wasp Scout. So would I, Steve. So would I. Goodness me, the amount of colour schemes you could hang on them. Herman Handbrush would like to see a Nash Metropolitan. Captain Magenta. Captain Magenta wants an Alpha Montreal for me, please, Mr. Tamir.
Dave Coward, new Tool 148 scale Tornado. Revell is showing its age. Dave, the Revell one was showing its age on the day it was
day
released.
one.
Yeah.
I literally threw my built one away like 2 weeks ago because it is such a pile of garbage kit.
We will come to that. We'll come to that in a second. I'm just scrolling down.
Probably a kit, the only kit more broken down than the old Merlin models TSR2.
Yeah, here we go. Here is Dave Coward, new Tool 48 Gold Tornado Rebel is showing its age. Yeah, that's only about 5 years old, isn't it?
It's 10 years old.
10 years old. Okay.
But it was Revell very much looked at that and went, how can we overcomplicate this?
And put
go away and
part numbers on
more.
different screws that have no screw letters.
It's not one of their finer moments.
No, it was terrible.
Just catching up on the final few comments. Yes, I agree with Griffier rather. Would love some good early Ju-87s. If we're talking Antons, yes, please. And again,
Dauntless though, because I mean the Accurate Miniatures one.
It's still beautiful.
Yeah,
absolutely nailed it, didn't it?
Yeah, it's probably one of the best kits of. In fact, I would say it is the best kit of the Dauntless ever done.
Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with the new Boston Havoc family, mainstream Boston Havoc family. Again, color schemes central. We're gonna have to wrap. Oh, here we go. Roy. We'll end on Roy, Mr. Sutherland, being a little bit mischievous. He says need border to start a range of 175th scale aircraft. Do you kind of get that really? Because because it's
why not
metric scales, isn't it? I kind of get that, but Airfix Lightning is coming up to 30 years old again.
No. I remember
And
Trevor bringing test shots to a club meeting in Barnsley, wrapped in a Tesco's carrier bag and some tissue paper, and going, "Look at what I've got."
yeah, and Andy Brennan says 1350th Ark Royal Mark IV with full air wing. Wouldn't disagree with that. Right, chaps, that's it for tonight. That's it for the year, because we'll have a Christmas break. But then, in fact, I'm just going to check my phone to see when the first show of the new year will be. And I'm so glad I've done this. It will be Saturday, the 3rd of January. But before we go, sorry, Ian.
Saturday.
No,
Are we
Sunday.
changing?
Sunday the 4th.
Sunday the 4th. Sorry, I got my figures.
The fall did it to you.
Actually,
My
metric
brain's
count.
a little foggy.
It's been a long day. Right, but before we go, and I've got to go to the desktop to see if I can find the it's not loading. Oh, it's video clips, that's why. Right, Mr. Hartup, in 2026, are you ready for this? I think you and I should do the Gangster Challenge, right? So I'll have a word with Mr. Farmer to see if we can get some ICM 24 scale gangster cars, but I reckon that would be a bang up thing to do.
Someone's going to do 3D printed dead Bonnie and Clyde.
Somebody didn't, but there we go, Ian. I think we've got to do that, haven't we?
Well, if Mr. Farmer can supply us with some plastic, then I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I think that would be a fabulous thing to do, and that's one of the things I would like to bring back for 2026 is the challenges. Because quite frankly, it's sometimes it's the only way I actually manage to get down and actually build a model.
No, question you respond to.
I still have that ridiculous Sheridan that we had to do.
Sheridan.
What was it? The tank. What was it that we did last year?
The Walker Bulldog.
The Bulldog.
Yeah, that was good fun. That, but we're definitely we are definitely going back with the challenges. So there we go.
The club gift exchange on Friday night. So
I think they're
actually a fun kit. That's a fun kit, Chris.
Yeah. I figured I could do a diorama of some guys getting a briefing about Godzilla.
Yeah, and also it was also through building that kit that I suddenly came to learn that the box art is the turret is facing the wrong way. It's facing rearwards.
Yeah.
Because I never knew that about the Walker Bulldog. So see, we learn things from building models. Isn't that fantastic? Right. That's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, we'll be back on Checks Notes January the 4th. Sunday, January the 4th. So until then, have yourselves a merry little Christmas or whatever passes for this season in your part of the world. Chaps, it's been a pleasure this year. So to Chris, to Drew, to Ian and Mike, thank you so much for your company over the last 12 months, and fingers crossed we'll do more of the same next year. And of course, a big thank you to all our viewers. God bless you, everyone. So we'll see you in the new year. And yes, today is indeed 21/12. So there we go. So we'll see you in the new year. Have yourselves a peaceful Christmas, and we'll see you when we see you. So bye for now.
Merry Christmas, everybody.